Hey FlossTube, it's Stephanie from Stephanie's Tiny X's. Gosh, it's been a while since I've done that. First thing, I have new additions to the family, and they're starting to make a little bit of noise now. I got two parakeets, and they're being bad right now. I wanted to film. Normally when I come home, they don't peep, especially when I'm the only one here. But they have been rather vocal today, which, you know, it is what it is, but not when you're wanting to film a video. So I've covered them, which means they should be taking a nap, but like typical toddlers, they are not napping when they're supposed to. So I apologize in advance. You will probably hear some of that. They're a little quieter now, but they were pretty loud just a second ago, which is why I covered them. So I apologize for that, and headphone warning. And then, it's not cross-stitch related, so I wanted to get this out of the way, but oh my gosh, guys. These candles that I've found, she's on Etsy, and it's Novelly Yours, and they're candles based on book scents. So this one is it's called The Great Perhaps, and it is inspired by Looking for Alaska by John Green. And as you might have seen on the lid, the scents in the candle are grass, smoke, and pink wine. And that does not sound like a very good combination, but oh my god, it's wonderful. And this is, I think, an 11-ounce tin, and that goes for, I think, $14. But I wanted to show you before I lit it, because it's Friday, guys, and it was a hellaciously long week at work. I don't know what it was, because these are usually my long weeks. Or my weeks that go fast, because I get to do more than just the beginning of the month kind of stuff that I do at work, which is billing, and I literally just blew out the candle. Between the birds squawking and this not going so great, maybe I shouldn't have filmed, but things have happened, and I wanted to talk about them. So let's try this again. This time without blowing out the candle. Maybe it was the quick movement, so I'll move my candle a little bit slower. Okay. There we go. Alright. Now that that's done, promise, I'll cross stitch. So, I don't think I've done a video since like May. It's been a while. Mainly because I just... Sorry, that was tilted. I lost my Stitchy vibe again. Like, ugh. She is so flaky. But when she came back, she came with a vengeance, and my haul is gonna reflect that. So, I don't even know where to start, guys. Let's start with whips. It's usually why people are here, and then we can move into the other things. I'm not really going to edit these videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to do weekly or monthly yet. Maybe weekly shorter videos, because, you know, it'll give a nice shortness that people can fit in between those longer videos. I don't know. That, and I think I'm just more inclined to do them if they're not as long. So, yeah. One of the reasons, okay, before we get into whips, I am so scatterbrained, I have no notes. Okay, before we get into whips, my husband and I, are using the Lose It app. There they go. And we are trying to get into a healthier lifestyle. So between that and my book blog, Once Upon a Chapter, which is kind of my first love, and cross-stitching, my time has just been like zilch. So, the healthy whole lifestyle thingy comes first. So a lot of that is meal planning, a lot of that is getting all of the information into the tracker, and meal prep, and staying on top of dishes, because we don't have a dishwasher. I am the dishwasher, and prior to this, the dishes would stack up for, I'll be honest here, a few days, because they weren't my priority. So it would be a few days before I get to them. Now it's every single day those dishes are done so that they're ready to go for the next day, so that when I go to cook the healthy meal that I have planned and spent money on, it gets done. So roughly between cleaning, cooking, and then sitting down to eat dinner, I am probably wrapping up around 7:30 each night. That only gives me from 7:30 until 10 to do whatever it is that needs to be done, and that doesn't include extra house chores or anything like that. So stitching time has kind of... Now, the good thing is that my weekends are going to start clearing up, so hopefully I can start fitting in more of everything. This weekend, though, I have a baby shower, and then Sunday we had arrangements. So not necessarily this weekend, but future weekends should be opening up. So that's kind of where I've been, is just kind of doing what needed to be done rather than what I wanted to do. So you're here for cross stitch. I promise now it will only be cross stitch related. Promise. So I've started taking a whip to work and stitching on my lunch break, which I did this week, but was kind of difficult because I had to make up time for a doctor's appointment that I had on Thursday. So a lot of extra time for lunch wasn't there. I would take a half-hour lunch, and basically I would eat, and then if I had time, then I would stitch. And one thing that doing that has taught me is that every stitch counts, literally. Which, yeah, I mean, didn't we kind of already know that? But at the same time, like, if you only have 10 minutes, is it really worth getting everything set up? And the answer is yes, it is. And this is my proof. So when I started this on Monday, and I only stitched, I think, 2 days this week, I finished up some of the yellow in here, and then started on the eye over here, because it's a Mill Hill kit. I believe there are like 2 kids in their room, knowing they're not supposed to be talking, but trying to have a conversation so mom can't hear. They're doing it all sotto voice. Emma by Mill Hill is what I'm working on. I did Finn earlier, maybe last year, I think, is when I finished it. Yeah, it was last summer I finished it. Finn up. And he hangs out at work at my desk. But, I mean, again, I wouldn't call it massively huge progress, but, you know, it's further than where I was. So I'm happy with that. Emma, is gonna be my work whip until she's done. And then I have the Rudolph ornaments from Dimensions. Yes I do. Look at that. Once Emma's done, I'm gonna move on to these. I started Hermie up there this past weekend. And he's going to be put on hold until Emma's done, because I really don't want to keep getting a bunch of different stuff going. And, I mean, that's pretty decent progress for just the little amount of time that I stitched. So I imagine these are going to be a quick stitch. And so there's this thing, there's a theory or something about misremembering things, but in your head it's totally the way that it has always been, and no amount of photographic evidence will change your minds about it. And one of them, the most famous ones, is the Berenstain Bears versus the Bernstein Bears, Stain versus Stein. I totally remember it growing up, S-T-E-I-N, Stain, Berenstain Bears. And then, Stein. I'm mispronouncing it. Anyway, and the photos all show S-T-A-I-N. It's not the way it happened, man. No, and it won't change. It won't change my mind. I was a hardcore reader. Still am. Not as much hardcore so much, but, you know, you get the idea. Anyway, moving on. The whole reason I brought that up is because I do not remember Hermie having pink. And he has a whole bunch of pink in his little outfit. Not only Not only does he have it in his hat up here, but he has it down here in his little tights. They're pink too. Nothing wrong with pink, I just don't remember it being that way. And I also kind of thought, like, in the 50s or 60s or whenever it was done, a guy having pink tights kind of would have not flown real well. And then my needle minder here, sorry about the bump, is from No Name Needle Minders, and it's from Elf, and it says, Santa's coming. I know him. I know him. I love that movie, and as soon as Halloween is over, oh yeah, my poor husband, God bless him. But at least it's not the Christmas Story. I hate that. I know, sacrilege. But it can't be helped. I think it's probably traumatic experiences from having to watch it on rerun over and over and over again as a child. Can't possibly imagine where I got that from. So then my last whip to show you this week, because I didn't work on it, Sunday. I was super excited to sit down and stitch. I think it was Sunday. Or Thursday. It was last Thursday. And not last night, but a weekend. It'd be an honor. A week and a day ago, and there's a massive frog that I'm gonna have to do on the Hero of Times Square, so it got put away. I'm not dealing with it right now. So that's just the way it is. So I switched projects. It was last Thursday night, because I got mad. I was finishing Sinner, that was on USA, because I stopped watching it after the third episode, I think it was. Yes, third, because I watched 5 episodes in one night. And I kitted up, loaded on my iPad, Belle from Brooks Books. And so I got I don't know, I picked the middle, and then I started staying in with the same sections, but flipping through the pages got kind of difficult. So then I just started stitching up. So right now I'm in her bodice, and I'm doing all of the cross stitches first. I'm not doing the beading as I go, which was in the directions. And since I haven't done projects besides Mill Hill with a lot of beading, and the instructions in general seem to be stitch first, bead second, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's where I am on her, and I'll probably work on her the rest of the weekend, because like I said, we do still have quite a few plans for this weekend, even though that's when we're supposed to start relaxing a little bit. So I'm not sure how much stitching time I'm gonna have. So I'll probably work on her until Sunday night, and then I will switch projects. I am not sure yet which project I want to switch to. I kitted up quite a bit this past week. Some of it's here, some of it's not, but this is the past week's worth of haul, so I mean, it's kind of a lot. First off, some of you may recognize this, but I have the Stitchy box countdown to Halloween box, and it is not October 1st yet. Sunday we get to open our first one, and I am super stoked for it. I'm not like a huge Halloween stitcher, but I love her boxes. I love the countdown boxes. The Patriotic Day was the first one that I have, but I have the Halloween one, I've paid for the Christmas one, I have the rustic wedding one, that's paid for, the springtime one is paid for, and I have a deposit on the other 3 for 2018, so like I am ready to go. And then of course the every other month Stitchy box, I have that coming. So yeah, I'm kind of like padding out my collection. Then I placed a rather, well, this one isn't that one. I placed a small-ish order, small, on 1-2-3 Stitch, because I wanted to try black fabric from them, because Jessie Marie does stuff. Sorry, I don't know why I tripped all over Marie. was on Wednesdays we stitch black. I don't know if she's still doing it or not. I haven't had a chance to watch her video from this week. And there is a pattern that I have in my stash from Plastic Little Covers. And it is You Remind Me of the Babe. And it's stitched on black fabric. And I have actually never stitched on black fabric. Strangely enough, you cannot buy black fabric on 1, 2, 3 stitch. Or at least not in 32 count. Linen. And this stuff is like stiff. Like a book. But this is chalkboard because I wanted to see what their chalkboard looked like, and it looks like a chalkboard, y'all. And then I got a black chocolate to see what that looked like, and it is more brown than I anticipated. So, I mean, chocolate, but it actually just looks like brown. There's like no black in it. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that, but it was only like $5, so not quite the end of the world, and I am sure that there is something that will come along that will need to be stitched on something brown, and it'll all be good. I ordered it as an experiment piece, and that's what it is. So then I got another, you know what, we'll save that one. I got my order from No Name Needle Minders that I placed, oh, they found their bells, a little bit ago. Mainly because I saw someone on Instagram or Stitch Mania, I can't remember which one. I totally ordered it for the Labyrinth needle minder because who can get enough of that? So that is, they are the Labyrinth movie poster, basically. 2 antique books, Beauty and the Beast, because, you know, Beauty and the Beast. I may just put that on my project that I got now. And then the Grinch, because the Grinch, guys, Garfield's Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Those were my 3 favorite cartoon Christmas cartoons growing up. And this weird one that like very few people remember, but I found it on YouTube the other day because I went looking for it, and it was about these raccoons who lived in this forest, and it was like Christmassy time, I think. And yeah, I can't remember the name of it now even, but it was like a short 15-minute thing, but it's stuck in my little 5-year-old brain. It's stuck there. And there was these things that were trying to like take down the forest. It was like totally a environmental activist kind of themed thing, and they were pink, and it was bizarre. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, yeah. If not, I'm gonna leave it probably in the comments because I don't know that I'll change the description of the video to include it. Now I have to find it again. So yeah, and then she included this one, Paris. It's just kind of like little postage stampy edges. Love them. Going to have to place another order sometime soon. For show. And then, sorry, I have a digital pattern to show you, so I have to bring it up because oh my god, is this gorgeous, guys. Okay, well that's the accessory pack. That's not going to do me a lot of good. There we go. Ariel was my favorite princess, and you can see the reflection in the reflection of the reflection. That's cool. Anywho, there we go. I'm sure you guys have seen this a million times over by now, but this is Brooke's Books, and it's the Ariel version of her fairy tale princess dress up. And I ordered the accessory pack from her. And that came, I stopped and picked it up today. Yeah, let's not put that over the open flame, Stephanie. And it's a fairly simple little bead pack. So in this pack, it includes sparkling ruby beads, quicksilver, white pearl, and there's a beading needle in there. There's not, the silver ones kind of just blend in, but they're in there. And I ordered the ribbon, the Kreinik ribbon. But that I had to order that from Kreinik's website. So that means they have to have it shipped by a brick and mortar needlework store. So that has not come yet. And then I went crazy on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. When my stitching bug came back, it went insane. Lost its damn mind. There was an issue with I got a wrong color. They sent 00123 instead of 00143, so they're shipping that. And then I had 4 rolls of Kreinik on back order, and then also I'll get into that. They're sending another pack of beads, but I need to pay for those yet, and so they can send it with my back ordered Kreinik. But the first thing that I ordered was that hair. Okay. The called for fabric for Brooks Books Ariel. Because I'm not playing, y'all. She is gorgeous. Actually, I can probably put that in there with this other fabric and then keep all the fabric together. Ah, okay. Okay, so there's that. Then I ordered Stargazer. I could not have it anymore. So this is my second Mira. I think that she is absolutely stunning. I don't necessarily like her in the brown background, but I'm not sure what I will put it on. But I did not order fabric for it because I knew that I would need to make that decision at that time. So then I had Christmas in London in my stash, but the beads, oh my god, the number of beads that you need to do this. Oh my god. Yeah. So 2 patterns for beads. That's what I purchased. 2 patterns worth of beads. I wish, you know what, it'll probably just be easier to do this. Oh, bead pack stuck in there. Let it go. Not yours. Sorry. Hope that didn't make you sick. They're abandoning ship. Okay. Those are all the beads. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. And that's actually not even all of them. I'm missing 2 packs of regular beads. 1 for Christmas in London because I used the little thing on 1, 2, 3 Stitch there on the right that you can add everything that you need to do that project. And they were missing one of the beads. It was not listed. They have since corrected it after I contacted them. So you should be good to go if you need to do that. But they also did not have... Christmas in London is beady as... They had 10 Christmas treasures of one kind. There's actually 3 different Christmas treasures, or 3 different Mill Hill treasures, I'm sorry. Got stuck on Christmas in London. So 3 different types of Mill Hill treasures, one of which requires 10 of that kind. So I had to actually order that from Stony Creek Collection, and they have not made it in yet, which is totes okay. They will make it when they make it. It is paid for. So yeah, that's a ton of beads. So at some point this weekend, Ooh, that made a really weird noise. Some point this weekend, I am going to be not kitting them up because I don't want to keep the beads in. They're going to go in my storage thing. So yeah, lots of organizing. And then I'm going to go through my fabric stash and see if I've got anything. I don't know that I have anything large enough, truth be told. But I have endless amounts of possibilities, that's for sure. And then I ordered all of the Krynic, which, by the way, I was thinking about this when I was talking to myself about filming on the way home. You know, thoughts going through my head. And I don't like to pronounce it Krynic, even though that's the way it's supposed to be pronounced. I want to pronounce it Krynic. And I don't know if that's because I'm a Midwesterner, and so I like to flatten everything. But Krynic just, I don't know. But that's how it's pronounced. So then it goes against the perfectionist in me, who's like, you know it's pronounced Krynic, so you're going to pronounce it Krynic, even though you don't like the sound. It's fun inside my head. So I ordered the Krynic for Brooks Books Ariel. And again, 4 of these were on back order, so lots of Krynic. And I don't have very much outside of, I think, the gold and the silver. I think I inherited those from my mom when she gave me a bunch of her old cross-stitching stuff. Maybe an iridescent. I don't know if that sounds right. And I'm not going to go through all of these either. But I got the hand-dyed flosses for Hearts and Hands Christmas Means More, because this saying, guys, oh my goodness, it like defines my childhood. You know, it says Christmas doesn't come from a store, maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. And that is the main theme through the Grinch. And actually, I'll probably end up putting the Grinch on this because he learned a really valuable lesson that year. And so my parents were great in teaching us that Christmas isn't about getting. And it's funny that you don't really learn that as a kid. You're like, yeah, but getting's pretty awesome too. And when you become an adult, it's just like, you know, I don't really need anything. I don't want you to feel the pressure of getting me a gift. But you love shopping for other people. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Life lessons, I'm guessing. Okay, I'm going to separate these out a little bit just so that you can see. This was not cheap, by the way, y'all. I probably could have just done the DMC. But it's such a special project for me. I will probably keep that one for myself. That one will probably not end up going to anybody. That will be mine. Okay, and it's starting to smell really great in here. Just saying. Okay, guys, so this are the Gentle Art. I don't know, is there a difference? Must be. Okay. The Gentle Art sampler threads. So I'm going to have some bagging to do this weekend. So I just keep them in snack sacks. And then Simply Shaker, Gentle Art Simply Shaker. I don't know if that means that they're different or not. They're obviously the same company. And I'm hoping that I have enough to do a couple of these, because I'd also like to make one for my dad. He and my nephew my cousin, got into an argument when he was 3 years old about the Grinch's heart and how big it grew or didn't grow. Classic Colorworks. And I really love this Really Tealy. Love it. And I think I actually already had Eve's Leaves, so bad me for not checking. And then Weeks Dye Works. Which feel kind of dry, guys. Is that normal? Doesn't matter, because when I found out that Thread Heaven was going away and wasn't being remade, and before we found out about the silicone thing, and before we found out that the patent on Thread Heaven is actually for the method and not for the stuff in the container, yeah, I bought like a lifetime supply. I mean, depends on what you think is ridiculous, but I'm just saying, I'm probably not going to have to buy those earplugs, even though I totally would if I could now. So yeah. Lessons learned, guys. Lessons learned. Know what your patents are for. So that is it for haul. For plans, I'm not gonna make a lot of plans because if I'm updating, and typically I like to rotate once a week, and if I'm filming once a week, then it doesn't seem that I need to tell you a month's worth of plans at a time. So yeah, not really sure what I want to do. I don't know if I have any fabric in my stash for Christmas Means More. If I don't, then I'm definitely going to work on Giant Harry Potter this coming week, because I think I might have started that a year ago, because I think I remember it being October because it was my birthday, which is Thursday. I'll be 33. So I think I'll work on Harry Potter. If I don't have Christmas Means More, then we'll see. I mean, maybe if I don't have fabric, I'll order fabric and then I can start it the next week. I don't anticipate having a lot to show you every week, but like I said, keeping them smaller, even though this one's at 31 minutes now, but we had some catching up to do. So that's it from me. It's either going to be Christmas Means More this coming week, or Giant Harry Potter. And I'm just thinking in my head that I just told you that I'm going to work on Belle for the rest of the week. But I don't know. I don't like the idea of showing you where my progress was after, and still stitching on it afterwards. Like, I don't know. I want to be done with it once I show it to you guys. So maybe I'll set Belle aside and start working on Giant Harry Potter. Or go digging in my stash, because that sounds like fun on a Friday night. I would not say no to that. We'll see what happens. I'll check in with you guys in a week. Happy stitching. Ooh, sorry about that.